discover your garage.
Presenting Love Uber Eats, a platform to donate essential items to those in need.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another great edition of Sitback with Shaq and Anu. As you can see on your screens, it's all about Cricket World Cup, and it's a World Cup special in the next couple of days right here on Sitback. So without any further ado, let's actually get on with that right now. Thanks so much. Welcome back to the show. And of course, exciting times as far as Sri Lanka is concerned. It is the World Cup season. And of course, Sri Lanka in Australia right now are looking forward for the big one, the T20 World Cup. And as you can see, our special guest is going to be on the show for the next couple of days talking about Sri Lanka's performance at the World Cup is none other than the legend Chaminda Vass in the studio. Welcome, Vasi, and thank you so much for being a part of the show.
Thank you, Shaq, and having me on the show.
It's going to be a wonderful show, and of course, we're going to dive deep into that brain of his, which of course has seen 5 World Cups.
That's right. I'm actually still trying to get over the fact that we moved into a new studio. But yeah, that's very important too.
So basically, we're going to get into all those details. But before we actually get into the T20 World Cup, congratulations to the Sri Lankan women. So, of course, getting into the finals of the Asia Cup.
That's right, and it's what a splendid achievement. And, I think much needed moral boosting, especially when we are about to play our first match this Sunday.
That's right.
The men's team. So this reminds me of New Zealand. They can't help winning, dinner footballers all blacks you know what I mean. It's such a you have a real oomph.
That's right.
Yeah, a little spring in your step going into any tournament.
Did you manage to see the match today?
I saw the last over, but actually it's good for Sri Lanka to win the semi-final and the finals, and after 14 years.
After 14 years.
Wow.
14 years, and it's a great achievement, and I think even the coaches, supporting staff are doing a wonderful job.
And of course, at a time like this, when the country is going through doldrums,
absolutely.
The cricketers, being the men and the women, actually, putting their hand up and putting a smile on everybody's face.
Yeah, you need the win.
Yes, the other thing is good for Sri Lanka sports, I think, for the last 3 to 4 months.
Yeah.
Cricket, women cricket, then the Commonwealth.
That's right.
Yeah, doing very well.
Netball.
Netball.
Yep.
Tournament. So it's good for Sri Lanka and good for Sri Lankan people to put. These people are putting smile back to
Of course.
Sri Lankan people.
Of course. That's exactly what we want. And something very interesting actually happened right after the match today. It's like an impromptu dance by the Sri Lankan
Absolutely.
cricket team. It was
The Sri Lankan version of the haka,
It was wonderful. And it was actually all over. It was viral all over social media. If you missed out on it, let's have the ladies dancing for you right here on the show. Here we go. This is how it is.
මේක බලපු ගමන් මට නම් තේරෙන්නේ මේක ප්‍රැක්ටිස් කරපු එකක්. එක පාට නිකන් because my wife also tries these little numbers where line dancing where everybody has to do the same thing. එක පාට කොහොම you don't get the moves like that, you choreographed it.
Yeah.
So you plan to win. I like that attitude.
And the thing is, I mean, Vasi, if you saw the match, Sri Lanka were pretty much out of that game.
Yeah.
They were pretty much out of the game. It's the last 2 or 3 overs that they actually brought them back in. So it was a fantastic achievement.
Yeah, one stage they were 100 110 for 5 something.
Right.
Then this girl Inoka came and took a breakthrough. Then that's how the game changed.
That's right, and it was wonderful. I mean, obviously, like you said, great for Sri Lanka cricket, great for Sri Lankan sports, and here we are on the show today. We're basically talking about the Cricket World Cup, and before we actually get into our segments that we have, I think we need to say a big thank you to our wonderful sponsors who are on the show with us. We'll give you more details as we move along, but Softlogic Live is actually on the show. And if you haven't actually seen that the video, the video has been around for a while.
Yeah.
You know, I think, and Softlogic Live, of course, came on board at a time where Sri Lanka cricket wasn't doing all that well.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
know, it was a huge leap of faith they took, and not only did they sign on one cricketer, they signed on 5 cricketers,
Absolutely.
and also the Sri Lankan Sri Lankan women's cricket captain. And that video that obviously you see them playing cricket on the train, it's
fantastic. Anyway, I mean, Softlogic Life has always done very, very memorable commercials.
That's right.
I mean, even before they got on board with Sri Lanka cricket.
Yes.
So, you know, this is no different. And, you know, I think they're working on something new.
Very new. We're basically going to talk about that also while we're at it. And Daraz, thank you so much, guys, for being a part of the show. Discover your Daraz. Download the Daraz app today and shop for a choice of over 5 million products. Fastest delivery island-wide and easy product returns, and Advantage also on the show with us. I'll give you all the details as we move along on the show. Talking about the Cricket World Cup, talking about the
before
T20.
that, can I just interrupt and ask you where you got that brief for? But as usual, I'm the last to know. Nobody tells me anything.
Brief came in while I was driving.
Then මට ඔක කියන්න කිව්වනම් මම දන්නේ නැහැ මොකද.
So, on Monday, you can do it.
Right, okay. There we go.
We get into those details right now. Of course, we've got a very special segment coming up right now. It's, of course, details from down under before we dive deep with Chaminda Vass in the studio and talk about Sri Lanka's upcoming match. Of course, the first match, which is happening on Sunday versus Namibia. Before all that, let's get into this. Rightio, thank you very much. Details from down under, and we will start off with the group standings at the moment as to exactly where Sri Lanka is. So we'll have that on your screen right now. Going into the Cricket World Cup. There you go. So Sri Lanka obviously has to qualify from this to move into the main group. They're with Namibia, UAE, and Netherlands, and Group B, of course, Ireland, Scotland, Zimbabwe, and the West Indies. So you need to at least win 2 out of the 3 matches to obviously move to the next round, and I'm hoping Sri Lanka will do that.
Yeah. Do we feel that there could be a dark horse in there? Namibia? I don't know.
Out of those ones, who do you think? Netherlands, Namibia? I mean, we played both of them last year.
We played both them last year, but Namibia, Netherlands, most of the cricketers, they play different league. They play Namibia playing in South Africa, first class cricket.
Right.
Then Netherlands playing in England. They're all good cricketers.
Right.
And when it comes to T20, very difficult to say who is going to win on their day.
Yeah.
And it's going to be tough as well. But I'm very confident that when you look back last year World Cup, right? Everybody had a feeling that we won't be coming for the next round.
That's right.
But after winning the Asia Cup, the boys have a lot of confidence. I'm very confident that they will win.
If you actually go through last year, Vasi, you were also there. You were with the team. Last year, Namibia obviously scored 96. They were all out for 96. And we thought that it would be so easy and the guys will actually get it up in about 5 overs. But we at one point were 25 for the loss of 3 wickets. So 25 for the loss of 3 wickets, and you're wondering, oh my God, what's going on? But thanks to Avishka Fernando and Bhanuka Rajapaksa, of course, we scored the 100 runs in 13.3 overs.
And Bhanuka got quick 40 again.
That's right. Bhanuka got a quick 40 in just 27 deliveries.
27.
And Avishka 30 off 28 deliveries. Avishka came 4 down actually in that match. I think 2 down in that match.
Number 4. He came number 4.
2 down in that match. So we're basically facing them once again this year. Let's move on to the main round and find out the groupings in the main round and see how we go through. This is Group 1, of course. If we are on top of our group, we will be actually in Group 1. That's Afghanistan, Australia, England, New Zealand, and of course the Group A winner and a Group E runner-up, which is a very, very tough group. If you look at Group 2, looks like smooth sailing. Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, South Africa.
You never know, Shaq.
I think if we qualified for the Group A, and we have a slight advantage because Australia, England, New Zealand, because we have a good spin combination, and we have X factor, Mahesh Deekshana, and even though the wickets are different, but I'm pretty sure he will do well in Australia.
Right. And don't you think Group 2 is? I think they purposely actually pick India and Pakistan first, and then they basically decide they
just in case.
No, but but no, you know the thing is this. It's only during the ICC matches they actually play each other.
I don't know how.
That's true.
But I don't know how they put according to the stats, like put in the groups.
Right.
But somehow I think the Pakistan and India is the biggest game. Wherever they play. So
that's true.
They want to have a good game.
Yeah, but that's an easier group, isn't it?
But in T20, very difficult to say. You can't predict. On your day, anybody can win.
Right.
So the team do less mistakes will win the game.
Right. So there you have it. Those are the groupings for you. Quick check as far as today's match. There was a warm-up match today with Sri Lanka. Unfortunately, that was washed off. It was abandoned without a ball bowled. So that practice, of course, was not there for Sri Lanka. And this is another tweet that we actually picked up this morning, courtesy of Kusal Mendes, who was very disappointed. Clearly he's disappointed and disappointed with the service of the TNT Express. Been struggling without my new cricket gear from India and they still can't locate the whereabouts of my package but telling me that it will be delivered today for the last few days. So,
oh my God.
No, that's terrible situation, isn't it?
But yeah, it's a terrible situation, but I won't blame for them.
Right.
But being a cricketer, being a professional cricketer, you have to take your stuff.
Right.
But everybody knows. අපි දන්නවා World Cup එක කරන්නේ World Cup is very important. So taking your stuff වේලාසිනින් ගෙන්න ගන්න බඩු ටික you have to do it.
Right. So you're saying it's all Kusal's fault.
There may be, but I don't know. But being a cricketer, being an ex-cricketer, but being a professional, you have to act in a professional way.
Did you always take your stuff with you? I mean, was it never in the luggage, or how did this get lost? First of all,
I think he must have ordered from India.
Right.
So
his new
gear bat. So
really
maybe during those days we had about 2-3 bets.
Right.
But now new generation they use at least about 6-7 bets.
Right.
Everybody is carrying about 8 bets.
Right.
And they need bet because the bets are.
I mean, what's the difference in those bets? I just don't understand.
And the bet වැඩි පාවිච්චි කරන්න බෑ. දැන් ගහන game එකත් එක්ක it's all about power hitting.
Right.
Bet කැඩෙන ප්‍රමාණය වැඩි. ඉතින් ඔය වගේ ටූර්නමන්ට් එකකට ඇද්දී bet 3-4ක් කැඩෙනවා. ඉතින් so එයාලා bet 6-7ක් කරගෙන යනවා හැම වෙලාවෙම. So they are taking 7 bets. So my point is he has to
take the blame. That's my point. He has to take the blame.
But notice that Vaas didn't actually say that.
Yeah.
You just took the words out of his mouth.
He's just being very nice. But we are not.
නෑ මම බලන්නේ ක්‍රිකටර් කෙනෙක්ගේ පැත්තෙන් ප්‍රොෆෙෂනල් කෙනෙක් හැටියට අපි මේව ඔක්කොම ලෑස්ති කරලා තියාගන්න ඕනේ. අපි දන්නවා World Cup එකක් තියෙනවා අපි World Cup එකට යනවා. So එතකොට මේක තියෙන්නේ හාවල් කාලේ කියලා we know where the World Cup is.
Right.
So මේ දේවල් පුළුවන් තරම් වේලාසනින් කරන්න මොකද දැන් තියෙන සිටුේෂන් එකත් එක්ක you can't get the stuff අපිට ඕන වෙලාවට ගෙන්න ගන්න බෑ.
Right.
and ඉතින් ඒ දේවල් ඉක්මනට කරගන්න පුළුවන් නම් ගොඩක් හොඳයි. දැන් නැත්තම් වෙන්නේ Kusal will under pressure.
Yeah. Waiting for
And unnecessarily.
Unnecessary pressure එකක් දාගන්නවා bats ආවෙ නැත්තම්. So those things always you have to keep in mind and get it ready.
මම කල්පනා කරන්නේ 11 දිනකට බැට් හත ගන්න බැට් හතයි. රිසර්ව්ස් වල ඔක්කොම බැට් 100යි. මොකද්ද මේ 20 foot country? මේ බැට්ස්.
Shehan has a question.
Okay, ධනුෂ්ක ගුණතිලක ලකී වුණාද ස්ක්වොඩ් එකට ඉන්ක්ලූඩ් වෙන්න? එයාගේ ඒෂියා කප් ෆෝම් එක බැලුවාම ලොකු ගේම්ස් හැම එකේම එයා ෆේල් වෙච්ච හින්දා. This no words means there.
For me, ධනුෂ්ක ඇවිල්ලා මම දකින විදියට this is my opinion.
Yeah.
He's an opener. I always rated him as an opener. Right? අපිට යාගෙන් T20 එකේ උඩින් ගහලා ගන්න පුළුවන් ලකුණු ප්‍රමාණය ගත්තොත් තමයි එයාට හරියන්නේ. එයා හැම වෙලාවෙම බැට් කරලා තින්නේ උඩින්. ධනුෂ්ක ගුණතිලක ඒෂියා කප් එකට අරන් ගිහලා නම්බර 4 ගැව්වම ඇඩ්ජස්ට් වෙන්න අමාරුයි. මොකද එයා නම්බර 4 කවදාවත් ගහලා නැහැ. ඉතින් ඒක ඇවිල්ලා ශ්‍රී ලංකා කණ්ඩායමේ තියෙන ස්ට්‍රැටජි එකක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. අපි ගිය පාර වර්ල්ඩ් කප් එකේ දැක්කා අවිෂ්ක ආරම්භක පිතිකරුව ඉද්දී අවිෂ්කව දැම්ම පල්ලයට. නමුත් අවිෂ්ක ලකුණු අතර හිටියා. නමුත් අවිෂ්ක ආසය හැම වෙලාවෙම උඩින් බැට් කරන. ඒ වගේ ධනුෂ්කත් ආසය උඩින් බැට් කරන්න. ඉතින් මම හැම වෙලාවෙම හිතුවා කොම්බිනේෂන් එක ධනුෂ්කත් එක්ක පැතුම් නිස්සංක ආරම්භක ඕපනින් එකට ආවනම් පිතිකරුව හැටියට අපිට කුසල් මෙන්ඩිස් ඉන්නවා පල්ලය. නමුත් කුසල් මෙන්ඩිස් ලකුණු අතර හිටපු හින්දා සමහරට ඒ ස්ට්‍රැටජි එකම යන්න පුළුවන්. කුසල් ඕපන් කළා මෙයාත් එක්ක කවුද පැතුම් නිස්සංකත් එක්ක මම හිතන්නේ දසුන් නම්බර 4 තමයි ක්‍රීඩා කරන්න බලාගෙන ඉන්නේ කණ්ඩායමේ.
Patum Kusal combination has been working, no?
It's been working. Yeah, so they are working, but it's in subcontinent.
Right.
True. Okay.
Wickets. But in Australia, the wickets are different.
Right.
And we are playing in Geelong.
Right.
And all the qualifying games we are playing in Geelong. The Geelong Stadium, those wickets are dropping wickets.
Okay.
And those dropping wickets, then the ground is actually the ground is AFL rugby ground.
Oh, right.
Right. So they ඇවිල්ලා කරන්නේ ground එකට pitch එකක් drop කරනවා. drop කරලා ඒක තමයි ඒකේ ගහන්නේ. ඉතින් මේකේ අන්තිමට අපි ගහපු match එක 2019 මට මතකයි 2019 පෙබ්‍රුවාරි වල ගහලා තිනවා ඔස්ට්‍රේලියාත් එක්ක අපි ලකුණු දෙකකින් දින්නා මේ match එක. We won by 2 runs, but the wickets are dropping වුණාම bounce තිනවා එතකොට හොඳට carry කරනවා wicket එක. දැන් අපි බ්‍රිස්බන් දැක්කනේ wicket බ්‍රිස්බන් වල wicket උත් dropping pitches. So දැන් ගහන matches වල පේනවා bounce එක කොහොමද ඒ ඉතින් ඒ හින්දා මම හිතනවා ධනුෂ්කව ආරම්භක පිතිකරුවෙක් හැටියට යොදාගත්තොත් මම හිතන්නේ එයාගෙන් ඊට වඩා ලොකු දෙයක් ගන්න පුළුවන්.
Do you think that's the strategy actually was? That's what we are thinking right now, the selectors?
I don't know what the selectors are thinking. I don't know what the team wants. But being a cricketer, they're always playing what the team wants, what the team requires. So Dhanushka, if they say Dhanushka will bat number 4, he has to bat number 4.
Okay.
We're going to get into more details. Lots of stuff that we want to talk about right here going into the World Cup in Australia. Sri Lanka's first match, of course, qualifying matches is happening on Sunday. Need to take a break. We'll be back right after this.
සෙල්ලම් කරන්න එන්නේ නැහැනේ.
මූණ අප්සෙට් කරගෙන ක්‍රිකට් ගහන්න බෑ නේද? ගහමුද මැච් එක?
ගහමු.
මැච් එක ගහන්න කලින් පිච් එක හදන්න ඕනේ.
කෝ බැස්මන් ලෑස්තිද?
ඔය ගේන්නේ ජීවිතේ හැම මොහොතක්ම වරගෙන ජීවත් වෙන්න අදම තීරණය කරන්න. වෙන දෙයක් වුණොත් Softlogic live වෙනවා බලා ගන්න.
Welcome to the universe of the Vaas, where you explore and discover whatever you want, whatever you need. All you can imagine is on your feet. When miles are abridged, happiness is unlocked. Discover your Vaas.
Corporate events weddings, concerts, or simply getting fuel with the QR code. Let us help you take your big day to the world with a professional broadcast to Facebook, YouTube, Zoom, MS Teams, or your website at the most affordable rates. So give us a call and let's go live. Podhub.
ගහමුද මැච් එක?
ගහමු.
මැච් එක ගහන්න කලින් පිච් එක හදන්න ඕනේ. වහල කැට් ඔට්ටු නෑ.
මේ එළියට ගියොත් අවුට් ඩන්.
ඕහෝ මොකද මෙතන වෙන්නේ?
එන්න අම්පයර් කෙනෙක් හොයෝ හිටියේ.
ජීවිතේ හැම මොහොතක්ම උපරිම ජීවත් වෙන්න අදම තීරණය කරන්න. වෙන දෙයක් වුණොත් Softlogic live ඉන්නවා බලා ගන්න.
A meal isn't just food. It's hope, nourishment, and love. And right now, we need it all. Presenting Love Uber Eats, a platform to donate essential items to those in need. Send preset ration packs on Uber Eats, and we will match every donation and deliver it with love.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. It's the Softlogic World Cup Payback right here on Sitback with Shaq and Anu. And something that we need to basically, you just caught me off guard.
Absolutely. So let me just take that off your hands, right?
Thank you.
So when you say payback, there's a lot of payback. I mean, yeah, in much as cricket is involved, certainly we want that trophy in Sri Lanka. But at the same time, we can give our viewers the opportunity to get some much needed moolah into their hands.
Anybody needs that.
Okay, it's very simple how this works, okay? Before 10:30 today.
That's right.
Yeah, before 10:30 p.m. tonight, basically, you've got to predict how much Sri Lanka is going to score at Sunday's match against Namibia. So, the person who gets it right on the head, it can't be one run this way or that way, that means nobody wins. The person who locks in the right score that we are going to get in our 20 overs walks away with 1,000 times.
Ready? 100 times. 1,000 would come out.
Wrong information. 100 times. Okay.
200 score, okay, 1,000 times.
10,000 times. No, 100 times. So basically, and if you got it right, you basically walk away with 20,000 rupees.
Right.
How cool is that? But only one person can predict one score.
That's
So
right.
there can't be two people saying 179, for instance. Okay. First come, first serve.
So send
Simple.
a text message. There is the number on your screen: 0773 999 875. 0773 999 875. SMS to that number. First person who basically gets whatever the number.
Yeah,
basically
the correct
gets.
score.
And they walk off with 100 times, huh? 100 times.
I got a little carried away there, basically. But basically, make sure that you send in your full name, your NIC number, along with your WhatsApp message, because otherwise it's going to be very difficult to track.
That's right. And on Sunday, we will basically find out who the lucky person is, and depending on what score that Sri Lanka ends up with. Vasi, now let's get into the nitty-gritties of the World Cup. Like we spoke about earlier, you've been a part of 5 World Cups. And you are one of those very, very lucky individuals in world cricket to win in your first World Cup.
Yeah, that was
Back
amazing.
in 1996. The first World Cup, walking off with as a World Cup winner is massive luck there. But talk us through the preparations, Vaas. Now for the World Cup, what are the preparations that players go through? It's completely different to a bilateral series or a tri-series. Preparation-wise.
The preparation is like Shaq, like this, when you have a World Cup, you prepared for at least 2 years.
Right.
And when we won the World Cup '96, we have been preparing for the World Cup from '94.
Right. Okay.
So our turning point is '96 World Cup and winning the first test against New Zealand overseas.
Yeah.
That's the turning point.
Right.
From there onwards, we had a plan. Arjun had a plan, and how we going to go with the World Cup. and we have some issues in Australia, and how we overcome with that, and everybody was like, tough, and luckily Arjuna had 5 senior guys that can take decisions, and kept all the youngsters kept their wings, and taking care of them, and giving right guidance, and that's how we won the World Cup. And even during that time, Sri Lanka cricket, we had only 12 clubs, and our first class is so strong, and amount of cricketers we produce from that, they are all quality cricketers. So that's why we won 96 World Cup. Then we went to 99, and 2003 we came to semi-final. Then 2007 again the finals, 2011 finals. And we had a good system till 2015. And when I look back during that time, we produced so many good cricketers. But now has changed, and we have so many clubs. There are 26 clubs, and we have 390 players. But still, these boys are very talented. Sri Lanka have always have talented players. But the problem is how we manage them.
Absolutely.
But if we can manage them, we can win so many World Cup. Not only 96. People are saying various things that 96 people doesn't like winning more World Cups. There are so many. But being a cricketer, why? Why? The jealous when this is Sri Lanka cricket. And as a country, we all want to win, and we are supporting our guys.
Absolutely. Vaas, wouldn't you say that though, if the more the merrier? Like now, look at the talent pool that India has to pick from. So actually, wouldn't it be great for Sri Lanka cricket if there are so much more talented cricketers playing for clubs? For instance, shouldn't it be 35 clubs instead of 26 clubs right now? Better, right?
It's not going to be better because the quality.
Right. Okay.
Quality will drop off. You have so many players, but the quality of the club, quality of the players will drop. But if you take India, India have so many states, but their states have good cricket.
Right, absolutely.
Very good cricket.
Supun hala tibba prasnayak එක ඇතන බොක්කෙන් මහලා තිබ්බේ. If you can have that back on the screen, Darren. Right. චරිත් අසලංක මොනවද කරන්න ඕනේ ආයෙත් ෆෝම් එකට එන්න. ඒකයි යාව ටීම් එකට දාන්න කවුද ඩ්‍රොප් කරන්න ඕනේ? සුමුන්.
Well, when it comes to T20, match එකක් දෙකක් fail වෙන්න පුළුවන්, but if you have a good mindset, if you see how can I come back, right? ඒක කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් මම හිතන්නේ චරිත් එක කරන්න පුළුවන්. මොකද චරිත් is a very determined cricketer. Captain material, and the way he have come back, he have given so many comebacks, but he's a good player. But එයාව ඔස්ට්‍රේලියාව වල යොදා ගන්න පුළුවන් නම් එයා ගහනවා නම් මම හිතන්නේ he will be a good player. ඒ විකට්ස් එක්ක වැළුවම මොකද ඔස්ට්‍රේලියා විකට්ස් වල කට් එකයි පුල් එකයි ගහන්න පුළුවන් කියන්නේ you will get more runs. ඒ වගේ ක්‍රීඩකයෙක් යොදාගත්තොත් හොඳයි. නමුත් අද තරඟේ වැස්සට හේදුනා. ඒ සමහරට අද ගහන්න තිබුණා මැච් එක ගහලා runs ගෙවුවා නම් එයාට opportunity එකක් තියෙන්නේ නැති මැච් එක ගන්න. But there are so many matches to go, but he might get a chance. But if he get, I'm pretty sure he will score some runs.
So obviously, everyone is talking about. I mean, you have played in Australia many times, and you just mentioned yourself, obviously, subcontinent wickets and Australia wickets. But one interesting thing that you mentioned is the fact that we have a very good spin attack. Now, if Australia wickets are actually faster and bouncier, will it take spin? Has it taken spin excessively before?
Yeah, those two, the two names I mentioned, Vanidu and Mahesh Dikshan, two different type of bowlers.
Right.
And Vanidu is a leg spinner. You have seen so many T20 games. I think a lot of leg spinners have been dominate T20 cricket.
Right.
right? And I'm sure he will perform. So many Australians or England, they can't read the booklet very well.
Right.
But if he put the ball right areas, I'm pretty sure he will get wickets. And Mahesh Deekshana, other person, because most of the guys can't read the carom ball.
Right.
And he have lots of different balls. So I'm sure that those two will come into play. That we have a good chance.
And what about the pace attack? I mean,
Yeah,
you also worked very closely with the three paces who are there right now. They will be almost on par with the rest of the countries.
Yeah, Dushmant has been one of the top bowlers in the world now.
Yeah.
And world class bowler, and he has come a long way, and he has performed really well. And young boy Dilshan Madhushka, and he performed extremely well in
The
Asia Cup.
Yeah.
And he has pace, and all these three quick bowlers, Dushmant, Lahiru, and Dilshan Madhushka, they can bowl 140 plus. So we have that advantage as well. And if they bowl really well, only one advice from me for them is accuracy and the variations. Because T20 especially, you have to vary. But if you bowl 140, maybe 150 plus, the ball will end up in the stand. But you have to be clever, you have to be smart, you have to think, when I'm going to bowl the slow ball, when I'm going to bowl the right ball. ඒක හිතුවොත් මම හිතන්නේ මේ දෙන්න ගොඩක් හොඳ දේවල් කරා.
ඒකෙන්නේ experience නේ.
ඒකෙන්නේ experience එකේ එතකොට confidence එදා දවසේ ගහන විදිය අනුව තමයි ඒක ඔක්කොම එන්නේ. ඉතින් දුෂ්මන්ත ගොඩක් ක්‍රිකට් ගහලා තිනවා හොඳට කරලා තිනවා T20 එකේ. ඉතින් මම හිතනවා දුෂ්මන්ත ගොඩක් මේ විකට්ස් වලට ගොඩක් සූට් වෙයි කියලා මම හිතනවා.
විෂාන් අහන මේ ප්‍රශ්නෙත් නියමයි. ඒෂියා කප් එකේ ඩෙත් බෝලින් වලට චාමික හුඟක් යූස් කරුවා එයාගේ චේන්ජ් ඔෆ් පේස් එකේ ඉඳලා. හැබැයි hard bouncy wickets වල ඒ ටැක්ටික් එකෙන් ඩෙත් බෝලින් කරන්න පුළුවන්ද? This is Vishan who's asking us this question.
ඒක රඳාපවතින්නේ අනු ටීම් එකේ ස්ට්‍රැටජි එකත් එක්ක. අපි ඕවර් 20 ගත්තොත් අපි ගොඩක් වෙලාවට ඒ ඉන්න පුහුණුකරුවෝ ප්ලෑන් කරනවා දාන ඕවර්ස් ටික කවුද දාන්නේ කියන එක. අපි හැම වෙලාවෙම අපි ගත්තොත් ස්ට්‍රයික් බෝලර් දුෂ්මන්ත නම් දුෂ්මන්තගෙන් අපි යොදාගන්නේ එක ඕවර් එකයි. දුෂ්මන්තව තියෙනවා මැද ඕවර් එකටයි අන්තිම ඕවර් දෙකට තියාගන්නවා. එතකොට අපි මෙයා ගහනවා නම් ඩිල්ෂාන් මදුෂ්ක ගහනවා නම් ඩිල්ෂාන් මදුෂ්ක කරන්නේ උදේ පාන්දර ඕවර් දෙකක් දාලා විකට් එකක් ගත්තොත් පුළුවන් නම් තුනක් කරලා තව විකට් එකක් ගන්න බලනවා. නැත්නම් දෙකක් දාලා දෙකක් පස්සට තියාගන්නවා මැද දාන්න. අපි චාමික හැම වෙලාවෙම බලන්නේ ඕවර් එකකින් ඕවර් එක කඩන්න. මොකද සමහර පන්දු යවන්නෝ ඉන්නවා එක දිගට පන්දු යවන්නත් බෑ. කඩ යවන්නත් ඕනේ. ඉතින් අපිට ඒ ඇඩ්වාන්ටේජ් එකක් තියෙනවා. මොකද අපිට තව ඉන්නවා ධනංජය ගාවොත් තව ධනංජයත් ඉන්නවා පන්දු යවන්න. ඉතින් අපිට බැලන්ස් හොඳ සයිඩ් එකක් ඉන්නවා පන්දු කරන්නේදී අපිට තරගයක් ජයග්‍රහණය කරන්න පුළුවන් තත්ත්වයට ගේන්න පුළුවන් පන්දු යවන්න ඉන්නවා. ස්පෙෂලි චාමික ඇවිල්ලා අනිත් බෝලර්ස්ලා වගේ නෙමෙයි පොඩ්ඩක් ස්මාර්ට්, ක්ලෙවර්, හරි කපටි. ඉතින් ඒක තියෙන්න ඕනේ ෆාස්ට් බෝලර් කෙනෙක් හැටියට මේ T20 ගහන ගේම් වල බේරෙන්න. ඒක තියෙනවා නම් ඔළුව පාවිච්චි කළොත් හැම වෙලාවෙම T20 එකේ බේරෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ හැම වෙලාවෙම චාමික අපි දැකලා තියෙනවා චාමික ලොකු දේවල් කළා නැහැ. නමුත් චාමික කරන පොඩි දෙයක් ඇති මැච් එකක් දිනන්නේ. ඉතින් ඒක එයාගේ තියෙන සහජ හැකියාව. මම හිතනවා චාමික දැන් ගහලා තියෙන ක්‍රිකට් එකත් එක්ක ඉස්සරහට ඌගේ සුපුරුදු දස්කම් දකින්න පුළුවන්.
Just before we get into this one from Kalum, I just want to once again like to remind our viewers about Payback, which is happening right now. So send in your messages, your SMS to this number. All you need to do is predict what score that Sri Lanka is going to land on at the end of their innings on Sunday, the match against, of course, Namibia. If you are the lucky one, the first person who gets it right, all you need to do, of course, is wait till a call from us because you get 100 times that particular score.
Yeah, that's especially during these tough times. You need that kind of cash coming your way.
We'll give it to you in cash.
There you go. It's done. So කැලුම් අහනවා මේ ප්‍රශ්නේ. දිල්ෂාන් මදුශංකට බෝල් එක පොඩ්ඩක් රයිට් හෑන්ඩ් එකේ ඇතුළට ගේන්න පුළුවන් කියලා ඒෂියා කප් එකේ යා පෙන්නුවා අපිට. ඔස්ට්‍රේලියා එච්චර ස්විං ෆ්‍රෙන්ඩ්ලි කන්ඩිෂන්ස් නැති හින්දා යාට පුළුවන් වේද ඉෆෙක්ටිව් වෙන්න.
දිල්ෂාන්ගේ මෙහෙම දෙයක් දකිනවා මම. දිල්ෂාන්ට මම හිතන්නේ පුහුණු කරුවොත් කියලා තියෙනවා මමත් කතා කරලා දෙපාරක් තුන් පාරක් කිව්වා. දිල්ෂාන්ගේ ඉස්සරහට ඉක්මනට වැටෙනවා. ඉතින් ඉස්සරහට අල්ලගෙන ඉන්න පුළුවන් නම් එයාට ඇතුළට ගේන්න පුළුවන්. කාලයක් එයා ඇතුළට ගෙනාම ඉස්සරහට අල්ලගෙන හිටපු හින්දා. නමුත් දැන් විශේෂයෙන්ම වර්ල්ඩ් කප් එකකට යද්දි ඒෂියා කප් එකේ හොඳට කරලා ආපු හින්දා මාරු කරන එක එච්චර හොඳ දෙයක් නෙමෙයි. ඔව් ඉතින් එයාට ඒ විදිහටම කරන්න දෙන්න ඕනේ. හැබැයි එකක් තියෙන්නේ ඕස්ට්‍රේලියාව වල මේ පන්දුව එයා එකේ ස්විං වෙනවා. ඉතින් ඩිල්ෂාන්ගේ පේස් එකත් එක්ක එයා එකේ ස්විං කරලා හරි තැනට ගේන්න පුළුවන් නම් උදේ පාන්දර කඩුල්ලා දෙකක් ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඉතින් ඒක ස්විං වෙන එක ඇවිල්ලා ගොඩක් වෙලාට රඳාපවතින්නේ තියෙන කන්ඩිෂන්ස් අනුව විකට් එකේ තියෙන තෙතමනය තනකොළ පොඩ්ඩක් හරි තියෙනවා නම් වායු ගෝලයේ තියෙන පීඩනයත් එක්ක බෝලේ ස්විං වෙනවා ඕස්ට්‍රේලියාව වල. ඉතින් ඒක හරි තැනට කරගන්න පුළුවන් නම් ඩිල්ෂාන් මම හිතන්නේ ගොඩක් effective වෙයි Australia තනිතුරුව.
Also looking at the playing 11, I mean, of course, Sri Lanka has done really well through the Asia Cup. Disastrous start, but everyone thought that that's about it. But the way they turned it around. So there is, I mean, are the selectors having a pleasant headache in terms of who to play? Do they have the choice to pick and choose because almost all of them are doing well at the moment? Or is there still, you feel there's a problem with the lineup, the batting lineup especially?
I don't think they have a problem, and we have selector on tour, promote there, and we have Mahela. If you talk about Mahela is one of the best coaches in the world, and he has a lot of strategies. He has a knowledge. So those two and the coaching staff will get together and they will take the decision. But we have a lot of good combination, and whoever plays, and we have enough players to win a game.
Talk about Mahela. Talk about, I mean, everybody obviously from outside are talking about how strategic he is. Now you work with him a lot. You've played with him for years. In terms of, cricketing brains, right? Speak to us about how much Mahela actually brings into the team.
Well, when you talk about Mahela, he's a different class.
Right.
And the way he thinking and the way he puts in everything is somewhere up. Right. And he always... හැම වෙලාවෙම කියන්නේ is very simple.
Right.
But strategies wise මාර advanced.
Right.
ඉතින් එයාට ඒ knowledge එක තියෙනවා. එයා ගහන කාලෙත් ඒ knowledge එක එයාට තිබුණා. මෙහෙම coachesලා ගත්තම එක coachesලා එක විදියට handle කරන්නේ. ඉතින් මෙයාගේ strategies එක්ක මෙයා හැම වෙලාවෙම අලුත් දෙයක් කරන්න හදනවා. නමුත් එයා කරන අලුත් දේ ගොඩක් වෙලාවට හරියනවා. ඉතින් එයා දන්නවා game එක කොයි විදියටද යන්නේ කොයි ආකාරයකටද කරන්න කියලා. මට මතකයි ගිය පාර අපි World Cup එකේ අයර්ලන්ඩ් මැච් එක මම හිතන අයර්ලන්ඩ් මැච් එක හරි නෙදර්ලන්ඩ් මැච් එකේ අපේ විකට් තුනක් ගියා එක දිගට එකපාරට. මම එකපාරට වනිදු හසරංග යවුවා. අයර්ලන්ඩ් මැච් එකේ වනිදු හසරංග කියලා මම හිතන වනිදු ගැව්වා 40ද 45ද ගහලා ස්කෝර් එක අපේ 180 ගානකට ගැහුවා.
immediate decision.
immediate decision. එයා ටක් ගාලා decisions ගන්නවා. එයා බය නැහැ decisions ගන්න. ඉතින් එයාගේ strategies ගොඩක් හොඳයි. ඉතින් මම හිතනවා මේ World Cup එකට මහේල ගිය එක ලොකු මේ ඇඩ්වාන්ටේජ් එකක් ලොකු සහායක් කණ්ඩායමට. අනිත් එක හරි සිම්පල් පිටිකරුවන්ට බැට් කරද්දී කියන දේවල් ගහන පාරවල් බෝලර්ස්ලට කියලා දෙන දේවල් හරි සිම්පල්. ඉතින් ඒ දේවල් ප්ලේයර් කෙනෙක්ගෙන් ප්ලේයට වෙනස් වෙනවා. සමහර කට්ටියට කරන්න පුළුවන් සමහර කට්ටියට කරන්න බෑ. ඉතින් කරන්න පුළුවන් කට්ටිය කොහොම හරි ගේම් එක උස්ස ගන්නවා සමහර කට්ටියට බෑ. ඉතින් ඒක ඇවිල්ලා එදා දවසේ ඒ ක්‍රීඩකයන් ක්‍රීඩා කරන විදිය අනුව තමයි.
මේ සතිස් සහනෝ මේ අපි ඔක්කොමම තියෙන මම හිතන්නේ පොඩි ලොකු බයක් මේක. ඒෂියා කප් එකෙන් පස්සේ අනිත් ටීම්ස් මැචස් ගහලා තියෙනවා. හැබැයි අපි එකක් විතරයි ප්ලේ කරලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒක ප්‍රොබ්ලම් එකක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්ද Zimbabwe, Namibia සහ UAE එක්ක විතරක් ප්ලේ කරලා. Like going in if we win, like when we win, sorry. When we win and go into that tough group, will this be a problem?
මෙම අපිට අද මැච් එක ගහන්න තිබුණා නම් මම හිතන්නේ ගොඩක් හොඳ දෙයක් වෙන්න තිබුණා. එතකොට අපිට බලන්න පුළුවන් අපේ පිටිකරණයේ කොහෙද තියෙන issues මොනවද තියෙන්නේ, කවුද ෆෝම් එකේ ඉන්නේ, කවුද ගේම් එක ඇදගෙන යන්නේ කියන එක අපිට බලන්න තිබුණා. නමුත් අපි මැච් එකක් ගැව්වා, ඒකේ හොඳට කළා. නමුත් අපි යන්නේ මේ ලෝක කුසලාන්ට යන්නේ ඒෂියා කප් එක දිනලා යන්නේ. ඉතින් කොන්ෆිඩන්ස් පිට යන්නේ, but over confident වුණාමත් ටිකක් තරඟ අනිත් පැත්තට යන්න පුළුවන්. ඉතින් මම හිතනවා ක්‍රීඩකයෝ ඉන්න මානසික මට්ටමත් එක ගත්තම මයින්ඩ් සෙට් එකේ වගේම යුනිටි එක තියෙනවා ටීම් එකේ, ඒ එකමුතුකම තියෙනවා. මම හිතන්නේ ගහන පිටිකරණේ පිටිකරු 7 දෙනෙක් ගහනවා නම් මම හිතන්නේ ඕවර් 20 මම හිතන්නේ ඒ පිටිකරු 7 දෙනාටම ලකුණු අතරට එන්න පුළුවන්. ඉතින් මම හිතනවා අපිට තියෙන පළවෙනි තරඟ තුන ජයග්‍රහණය කළොත් හොඳ මානසික මට්ටමකින් මම හිතනවා ඔස්ට්‍රේලියා, එංගලන්තේ, නවසීලන්ත, ඇෆ්ගනිස්තාන් තරඟවලට එද්දී අපිට හොඳ ඇඩ්වාන්ටේජ් එකක් තියෙයි කියන එක.
We've got a few more minutes. Obviously, we're into the final 10 minutes of the show. So just before we do actually take a break, we will basically remind you once again to send in your messages. Remember, only till 10:30.
That's right. I don't know whether that's fair, Shaq. You know,
no, it's only during the show. Don't come to change rules here.
Very harsh. Principal can right. Good to know. Anyway, so all you got to do is basically you got about 10 or 11 minutes more to send in your predictions, okay? How much Sri Lanka will score, the exact figure we want, okay? Whoever gets that right is going to walk away with 100 times that amount in rupees and in cash. We'll get in touch with you. And first come, first serve. So no two people can predict the same score. Okay, so it's very simple. You have the number there, 0773 999 875. SMS your predictions along with your full name and your NIC number to that number, and of course before 10:30 p.m. tonight.
Right, and of course, Vaas is going to be with us right throughout the series of Sri Lanka's performance in the World Cup in Australia, and we're going to be having him on the show before the crucial matches. It doesn't matter when it is, but the night before those matches, he will be right here with us. On the other days, on the non-match days, we're speaking to individuals, entities, corporates who have very close links with Sri Lanka cricket, and how they have, of course, associated with Sri Lanka cricket, helped Sri Lanka cricket along the way at times when nobody was coming forward and helping us, because cricket was just down in the doldrums at one point.
A lot of people had written Sri Lanka cricket off, and you got to actually celebrate the people who stood by Sri Lanka cricket when the chips are down.
Yeah.
Now there are more and more people clamoring to get on the bandwagon.
That's right.
But that's great. That's great to have that kind of financial and corporate support. But you really have to celebrate the people who actually took that chance because they really, really believed in Sri Lanka
and
cricket.
one, of course, is Softlogic Life.
Absolutely. Kudos to them.
Kudos to them. And they, when everyone obviously decided that that's it, wash their hands away, we will never be able to win another match again.
Yeah.
But they took on 5 fantastic cricketers, top cricketers, and came up with a really, really good commercial, which of course we've been showing on the show, which we will also be showing right throughout. Vasi, let's talk about those World Cups that you were part of, right? The 96 ago, now we take that away with you since we won that. No. But in the other World Cups that we went, basically 2011, 2007, the ones that we actually got into the finals and all this stuff. How difficult was that? Especially 2007 in Barbados, I think. I was actually there at that match, and that was something else. But how difficult is it when you actually play so well through the series? You just have to win one game, and unfortunately, we always seem to sort of fall before that. And Sri Lanka has been doing that for a while.
Yeah, but the problem is during 2007. Expectations are so high.
Yeah, for sure.
When we played the first World Cup, during that time we didn't have cell phones,
Right.
We didn't have social media.
Yeah, that's true.
But 2007, and we got phones, and people are calling and saying to win, and you get a lot of pressure and nervous.
Do you get pressure when you have outside? I mean, when you have friends, family, talking to you, but they're telling you out of the goodness of their heart.
They're also advising you.
Advice, my parents, brothers, they always say play well, do well. But friends always give. හොඳට කරන්න ඕනේ. කලේ ඉඳපා ලංකාවට.
පොඩි මරුසු පාටේ.
හොඳට කරන්න ඕනේ. You get, I think most of the cricketers, you get pressure, nervous, because you're playing for the country. And we have to make 22 million people happy. And we saw after the 96 World Cup, Sri Lanka is so crazy. And even though now, after winning the Asia Cup, even we have so much problem in this country.
We're still crazy.
And still, people are supporting cricketers, and at least they put all the Sri Lankan hina wenna pula minisu hina wenawa. Other than Balagan, people are eagerly waiting to see the World Cup. And our boys are going to do well කියන එක. I think pressure එක තියෙනවා. මම හිතන්නේ ඕනම ක්‍රිකටර් කෙනෙක්ට pressure එක තියෙනවා, but being a cricketer pressure එක handle කරන්න දැනගන්න ඕනේ, mindset එක. ඒ දේවල් mind එක strong එක්කෙනා pressure එක හැම වෙලාවෙම handle කරනවා. ඉතින් pressure එක handle කරන එක්කෙනා හැම වෙලාවෙම perform කරනවා, and හැම වෙලාවෙම enjoy කරනවා. මම හැම වෙලාවෙම කියන්නේ cricket කියන එක you have to enjoy.
Right.
And always cricket ගහන්නේ 90 yard එකේ. එළිය නෙමෙයි.
Right.
ඉතින් එළියේ හැම වෙලාවෙම අමතක කරන්න හැම දෙයක්ම කියන්න පුළුවන්, හැම දෙයක්ම ඔළුවට දාන්න පුළුවන්. Just take it off. මැදට ගියාම 90 yard එකට ගියාම you concentrate what are you going to do in the middle. That's all. ඒක තමයි ක්‍රිකට් කෙනෙක්ට හැම වෙලාවෙම මම කියන්නේ. මැදට ගියාම හිතන්නවා මොකද්ද කරන්නේ, switch off switch on එක තියෙනවා. ඒක කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් හිතන්න ඕනම ක්‍රිකට් කෙනෙක්ට එළියට එන්න පුළුවන්.
හැබැයි දැන් ගහන ක්‍රිකට් වල Vaas තාම fun එකක් ගන්නවා, because it was a lot of fun. I saw you guys having fun. I know there was pressure at the time. Is this like now very clinical? I don't know. What do you feel?
මම හිතන්නේ ඉස්සරට වඩා දැන් ඉන්න දැන් fun එක ගන්නවා. දැන් enjoy කරනවා. Even we saw that ladies team.
I saw that.
I think every team has something like that, අපි ඉස්සර ඕකක් කළා නම් බෝඩ් එකෙන් බැනුම් අහන්න වෙනවා. ක්‍රිකට් වල මොකද්ද ඔය කරන්නේ කියලා. හැබැයි දැන් ඒක වෙනස්. දැන් ඇවිල්ලා ප්ලේයර්ස්ලා වෙනස්, ප්ලේයර්ස්ලා ගහන එක විදිය වෙනස්, සෙලිබ්‍රේට් කරන විදිය. ඉස්සර අපි සෙලිබ්‍රේට් කළේ ඕනනම් අත උස්සයි මෙහෙම කරයි, ආයි ගායි මෙහෙම කරයි. දැන් සෙලිබ්‍රේට් කරනවා අමුතු විදියට. ඉතින් ඒක ඇවිල්ලා ඒ ප්ලේයර්ගේ natural විදිය. ඒ ප්ලේයර් ඕක නතර කරන්න ගියොත් වෙන්නේ
true. ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ
performance එළියට එන්නේ නැහැ. දැන් generation එකත් වෙනස්. එයාලට දෙන්න ඕනේ එයාලගේ දේවල් කරන්න. මෝස්තර එනවා, ඒ දේවල් එනවා. ඉතින් ඒ දේවල් කළා අපි බලන්නේ ක්‍රීඩකයන්ගේ මැද කොහමද performance ගන්න කියන එක.
මේ රමේෂ් මල්ලි අහන්නේ මේ ප්‍රශ්නේ මොකද මල්ලි කියලා කිව්වේ මොකද එයා කියන්නේ වාස් අයියාගේ කවුද කරේ එකේ අවුට් කරපු ෆේවරිට්ම විකට් එක.
ෆේවරිට් කියන එකක් කියලා කියන්න බෑ. ඉතින් මම ගොඩක් විකට් අරගෙන තිනවා. නමුත් අමාරුවෙන් ගත්තු විකට් තමයි සචින්. බ්‍රයන් ලාරා මේ ලේසි නෑ අවුට් කරන්න. මොකද margin of error is little for them.
Right.
And he made them not goody, but if you put the ball right area, you can.
You don't work them, is it? Or you need to basically, is there a proper plan that, I mean, these are like just star batsmen, then the chances of getting them out is, 1 in like 100. So what's the plan usually? Do you work the plan out? Does the team work the plan out? How does that?
No, we have a team plan.
Right.
And before the game, we have a plan. And not only one plan, we have 3 plans.
Right.
A, B, C.
Right.
If A වැඩ කරන්නේ නැත්නම් we go to B. B එක වැඩ කරන්නේ නැත්නම් C. ඒ වගේ plans දෙක තුනක් තියෙනවා. ඒ plans වලට තමයි යන්නේ. ඉස්සර ඒ plans තිබුණා, ওই විදිහටම plans තිබුණා. නමුත් දැන් වගේ මේ technically කියන්නේ technology එක ඉස්සර හොඳට තිබුණා. දැන් technology එක ඉතාමත් හොඳයි. දැන් batsman කෙනෙක් ගත්තොත් කොහෙද ගහන්නේ කොහෙටද බෝල් කරන්න ඕනේ කොහෙද ඩොට් බෝල්ස් දාන්නේ කියන එක කියන්න පුළුවන් එච්චර ටෙක්නොලොජි එක හොඳයි. මම උදාහරණයකට ගත්තොත් ඩේවිඩ් වෝනර් අලුත් බෝලෙන් T20 එකේ රවුන්ඩ් එකේ බෝල් කළොත් මිඩ් විකට් දාගෙන ගහනවා අඩුයි. හැබැයි ඔෆ් එක ඉඩ දුන්නොත් මෙතන ඉඳන් තර්ඩ් මෑන් ඉඳලා ලොං ඔෆ් එක ඒ හරහා දිගටම ගහන ලකුණු ගහන්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි ඇවිල්ලා ක්‍රෑම් කළොත් ලකුණු ගහනවා අඩුයි. ඉතින් ඒ ටෙක්නොලොජි එක දැන් හැම ටීම් එකක්ම පාවිච්චි කරනවා. බැට්ස්මන් ගහන්නේ කොයිද කොයි ඒරියා එකටද බෝල් කරන්න ඕනේ. හරි ලේසි. හැබැයි ඉතින් ඒක කරන්න බෝලට ස්කිල් එකක් තියෙන්නත් ඕනේ.
Gonna take a quick break right now on the show. When we come back, we're into the final 6 minutes of the show. We're going to basically tie things down and talk about the big game as far as Sri Lanka is concerned into the World Cup, which is happening on Sunday. Touch on that one before we say goodnight for our first show of Softlogic Live Payback. We'll take a break and be back right after this.
A meal isn't just food. It's hope, nourishment, and love. And right now, we need it all. Presenting Love Uber Eats, a platform to donate essential items to those in need. Send preset ration packs on Uber Eats, and we will match every donation and deliver it with love.
ගහමුද මැච් එක? ගහමු. මැච් එක ගහන්න කලින් පිච් එක හදන්න ඕනේ. වහල කැට් ඔට්ටු නෑ.
මේ එළියට ගියොත් අවුට් නා.
මොකද මෙතන වෙන්නේ?
එන්න අම්පයර් කෙනෙක් හොයෝ හිටියේ.
ජීවිතේ හැම මොහොතක්ම ඔබට ජීවත් වෙන්න අදම තීරණය කරන්න. වෙන දෙයක් වුණොත් Softlogic Live ඉන්නවා බලා ගන්න.
Corporate events, weddings, concerts, or simply getting fuel with the QR code. Let us help you take your big day to the world with a professional broadcast to Facebook, YouTube, Zoom, MS Teams, or your website at the most affordable rates. So give us a call and let's go live. PodHub.
Welcome to the universe of the Vaas, where you explore and discover whatever you want, whatever you need. All you can imagine is on your feet. When miles are abridged, happiness is unlocked. Discover your Daraz.
ගහමුද මැච් එක? ගහමු. මැච් එක ගහන්න කලින් පිච් එක හදන්න ඕනේ. වහල කැට් ඔට්ටු නෑ.
මේ එළියට ගියොත් අවුට් නා.
මොකද මෙතන වෙන්නේ?
එන්න අම්පයර් කෙනෙක් හොයෝ හිටියේ.
ජීවිතේ හැම මොහොතක්ම ඔබට ජීවත් වෙන්න අදම තීරණය කරන්න. වෙන දෙයක් වුණොත් Softlogic Live ඉන්නවා බලා ගන්න.
And we're back, and I have to remind you that you have 5 minutes, or just under 5 minutes now, to send in your predictions to, as to how much Sri Lanka will score on in Sunday's match against Namibia. It has to be that exact score. Like I said earlier, it can't be 1 run short or 1 run more. So the person that gets that exact score will walk away with 100 times the amount in Sri Lankan rupees, which will be given to you in cash. And as I always mentioned before, there's only first come first serve, so no two people can predict the same score. So that's whoever gets there first,
Congratulations to you.
Absolutely sucks to be everybody else.
That's payback for you. Thank you very much, Softlogic Live, for on the show with us. Advantage, and also not forgetting Daraz. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. Now we're into the final few minutes. Vasi, what do you think? Sunday's match, are you playing 11?
Depends on the opponents.
Namibia.
Depends on the Namibia. they have two left armers.
Right.
And off spin it අපේ strategy එක වෙන්නේ මැද right hand කෙනෙක් ගහනවද left hand කෙනෙක් ගහනවද කියලා මොකද අපේ left handers දෙන්නෙක් ඉන්නවා අපිට. ධනුෂ්කත් ඉන්නවා බානුකත් ඉන්නවා. ඉතින් ගොඩක් වෙලාවට ධනංජය ගහයිද චරිත් ගහයිද කියන එක තමයි අමාරු. නමුත් පැතුම් definitely will open. Patum Kusal. Then number 3 I will go with Charit.
Charit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Charit and then Danushka, Dasun, Banuka.
Dasun before Banuka?
Because two left-handers.
Right. Okay,
so
right.
they might send Dasun. Depends on the who is bowling from the other end.
Right.
And then Vanidu, we have Vanidu Chamika, Dushmanta, and left arm. This is Sharma
Dushmanta, and then my extinction.
My extinction.
Right.
That's the combination. My combination. I don't know what the selectors and the
obviously
team wants.
How does it? I mean. Now, just one final question before we go in. When you go in for a match, you obviously know the combination that you are going to play. Does the combination usually change after you look at the wicket, or does it actually change when depending on the opposition, or even, of course, you're looking at the form of the players at that point?
The playing 11 always change. Shaq nowadays they are giving players to prepare themselves. Right. So match eකට ඉස්සෙල්ලා කියන්න පුළුවන් නම් so they can go to the room, visualize what they're going to do and මොකක්ද plan එක. ඒ දේවල් දැන් ගොඩක් වෙලාවට ටීම් එක ඉක්මනට කියනවා. ඉස්සර වගේ නෙමෙයි. ගේම් එක කොට වුණොත් තමයි ටීම් එක ගොඩක් වෙලාවට මාරු වෙන්නේ. ඉතින් හැම වෙලාවෙම ටීම් එක ගොඩක් වෙලාවට මැච් එකට ඉස්සෙල්ලා දවසේ කියනවා නැත්නම් දවසකට ඉස්සෙල්ලා දවස් දෙකකට ඉස්සෙල්ලා කියනවා මේ ටීම් එක ගහන්නේ. එතකොට එයාලට ප්‍රිපෙයාර් වෙන්න පුළුවන් මැච් එකේ මම මොකද්ද කරන්න කියන එක. ඉතින් ඒක හොඳ දෙයක්. එතකොට ප්ලේයර්ටත් කොන්ෆිඩන්ස් තියෙනවා මම මැච් එක ගහනවා කියන එක. ප්ලේයර්ට ඉක්මනට ඇඩ්ජස්ට් වෙන්න පුළුවන් ඒ සිටුේෂන්ස් වල කොහොමද හැන්ඩල් කරන්න කියන එක.
Right, okay, so big match as far as Sri Lanka is concerned, where we launch the T20 World Cup on Sunday, and we are still in the qualifying stages. We need to get through that before we get into the group stages. Sri Lanka taking on Namibia, and I'm looking forward for that one.
Yeah, Shaq, what do you think? The Sri Lankan score on Sunday. What's your prediction? Not that you can win any money.
That's the thing.
Don't even think about it.
So I think the chances of Sri Lanka, I would say 175.
I'm going to say 204.
Wow.
Yeah.
so confident.
Vaas, what do you think?
You asked that question from the viewers.
Yeah.
If we bat first, what about if we bowl first?
Come
on, whatever score we get.
Whatever the score.
Yeah. I think if we bat first, Geelong ground එකත් එක්ක we will get more than 175.
More than 175.
175.
If you bat first.
If we bat first.
Right. So there you go. Let's see. So 204.
මගේ දන්නවනේ පොඩ්ඩක් කොන්ෆිඩන්ස් පොඩ්ඩක් උතුරලා ගිහලා තියෙනවා. මගේ වම් කන මිරිකුවොත් එහෙම කොන්ෆිඩන්ස් කාලක් ගන්න පුළුවන්.
මොකද කුසල් ඉන්න හොඳම ෆෝම් එකේ ඉන්නවා කුසල් මෙන්ඩිස්. ඉතින් අපේ ප්ලේයර්ස්ලා ගත්තොත් කුසල් ඒ වගේම බානුක even Patum Nisank. Those three will be key for us, and amatak karanna nakai Vanidu. Vanidu has been batting really well recently,
right.
Not only bowling, and he'll be a match winner for us.
Excellent. Lovely. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much to our sponsors on the show with us. We are going to be back once again on Monday, and Vaas is going to be back in the studio with us as we look back at the match that we were playing, and of course we look forward to the second match, which is going to be happening on Tuesday. So till we speak to you on Monday, have yourself a wonderful night, and he is wishing Kusal Mendes he gets his equipment as soon as possible.
Absolutely. And the victory for the Sri Lankan team, of course.
Have yourself a good night, ladies and gentlemen. We'll speak to you soon. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Powered by
Discover your Daraz.
Presenting Love Uber Eats, a platform to donate essential items to those in need.